Okay, we're talking about 20 verbs. Think of an action verb. Why should people care about your story? Why is your story important? What are you doing? What's the benefit of your story? There's a lot of benefits I see. I want you to come up with some of them. I can give you hints as we move along.
Okay. Well, I have a list of words here. They're not, I don't know if they're all action or
That's fine. Let's go ahead.
verbs. Just a second.
Well, you could speak
Okay.
extemporaneously too, So what's a benefit that someone will experience being in the video business directory?
The benefit,
You've got to know that, right?
yeah, I know the benefit, and
Okay, so let's
that's
talk about it.
that's the exposure.
Okay, so expose, that's a verb. Go on.
Um, I,
How are they going to get impact from it, I hope?
pardon? Impact?
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of people see what they have to offer.
Good. Okay, impact, there's another verb.
That's two, right?
Okay,
18
keep
more to go.
going. Yeah,
Oh
you're good.
gosh.
So some people call this the torture test, Lynn's torture test, but we can keep going. Okay, so what's a benefit?
Uh,
What's another benefit?
let's see. Um,
Will people have, even here, I've given you one, will they feel like they have greater influence because they're there?
greater influence. Another one is after we're done with their listing, they have a sense of, I know that they have, and because I've seen it, a sense of relief.
Relief, okay, and why? I'm putting that down. Well, I want you to write these down, Linda.
Oh, I'm writing.
Yeah, I want you to write so it reinforces the words. So when you start crafting your story, you're going to have powerful words.
Okay, so I've got exposure,
Impact,
impact,
influence, relief.
influence. Okay, and relief. And you were asking me why they felt relief?
Mm-hmm.
Because they were seeing things that they had wanted to have done, that they had wanted. They saw that it was done, and it was just a relief.
Okay, so
It takes stress off. I mean, I'm including the article and a video.
okay.
And okay, so these things were done, and then we just move on to the next step, and that was the exposure.
So it sounds like they had felt a sense of satisfaction.
Satisfaction,
Okay,
yes,
so
because
could you say
there's a
satisfied? That would be another.
okay,
And
yeah,
they accomplished something, right?
they accomplished it, yeah, but they
Okay,
didn't
so
have to go through
accomplish.
the stress of having to do it.
Okay, so let's put that down, accomplish.
Okay,
Did they feel that through their exposure that they were getting more power in who they were
more,
as they are?
yes,
So let's put that
yeah,
down. How about empower?
empower, yes, yes, that's a powerful word right there.
Right.
Because it was, and it's, for me it was, that's the sweet spot for me, is being able to present their listing
There you go. Another
to
word.
them. What?
Present.
Oh.
See? So you are filled with verbs that you don't even realize.
I
See?
know.
Okay. And what else happens when they have greater expose, and they're satisfying themselves and others? They're
Well, what what's their next step? Is that what you're
No, I'm
asking?
asking what are other benefits?
What are other benefits? Well, let's see. There's eagerness after they see all this. There's
Okay.
eagerness to.
And eager, and also perhaps eager is also perhaps the audience. How about, have they accomplished something? That they're in a directory where people can find them?
Well, well, yeah, but I don't know what you'd
Because
call
they
that.
get, okay, or how about, well, I think it isn't, because they're being, here's another word comes to me. If they're in, I want to pull it out of you. So if they're in a book that is a directory and people find them, that's,
Okay.
what
Um,
else happens? Are they able to draw people to them?
well, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So we could say draw or attract.
Attraction, marketing, attraction.
Correct. Okay, market. There's another verb. Start just being open to what you feel inside. Are they able to hopefully then gain something, gain perhaps more revenue? Okay,
Okay. Well, that is the whole basis. Is that
right. So let's talk about
after
what
okay, exposure is one thing, but then they get the visibility.
visibility.
And
Okay, visible. There you go.
they become
Good.
visible, so they're not the best kept secret in town.
Good.
Don't want that.
Okay.
Um, visible and well, yeah, because then we want as they are more visible, people see them and they are able to
Seen. Yeah. Huh?
um the bottom line is for more revenue.
Okay. Okay. So that would be
I mean, exposure is one thing, but we want action
so
too.
gain revenue. You could put two, I'll allow you to have two words there. Gain revenue.
Okay.
Another way in one word is monetize. You could say it's equal monetizing
Okay.
their business, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we've got now 14. Do you have 14?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay, at 15. Okay, because I added seen too as a word, which is the
I'd,
same as visible. What else? Let's go over what words you have so
I've
far.
got exposure, impact, influence, relief, satisfy, accomplish, empower, present, eager, attract, market, visible, seen, gain revenue, and monetizing.
Right. I put gain revenue and monetize as the same, but that's okay. Yeah,
Okay.
but
That's where
then,
it was.
so what else? What's another benefit by being in this directory?
Um, let's
How do
see.
people look upon them? What position would they hold if they're in? I mean, they can't be just a Joe Schmo. What kind of position? What is your video business directory allowing them to stand out as?
As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as an
Think of the
expert in their
verb.
field,
Think of the verb. So what does an expert do? What do experts do? Do they follow or do they do the
they
opposite of?
lead.
There you go. So
Okay.
they're showing that they can lead,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
else can leaders do? This would allow them to do through your business directory, video
What,
business. So as a leader, what else can a leader do?
well, I would say the obvious lead.
Okay, we got lead. That's good.
Yeah. A leader. What else does it? Um, well, they teach.
Teach. Okay, good. So this allows people to have a chance to teach what they're doing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
See, I put that all under expose.
Well, they're all different. They're in
Teach.
different aspects.
Okay. Yeah. Teach, instruct.
It's what teach
Mm,
instruct the same. Yeah.
yeah, it is the same.
How about the feelings people get when they could, I was about to say the word, when you relate to someone, you C-O-N, connect.
Oh, connect. I was going to say communicate.
Okay, that's good too. You communicate. Let's put that down. And you're also allowing people to connect, aren't you, with a
Yes.
audience? That's a
Yes.
huge benefit.
It is a huge benefit. Yes. And connect and since I guess with the directory we are creating its own community.
Okay, build,
Although
build.
although although the business owners don't really communicate with each other in the directory because I don't have a forum or I don't have
But
that.
they're grouped in it. They're
Yeah,
part of the
they're connected because of me.
right, right. Well,
So,
I was proud to put build community, but actually it gives them an opportunity to
mhm.
build a community because they have don't they have don't they have a connection or exposure with the other people in the directory where they could access them or no?
Oh, they can.
Well, then that would be something, right? They can build a community from your community.
They can.
Okay, so let's put build community.
Okay.
We'll put 2 words, and build is a verb.
Oh, okay. Yes, it is.
Right, they're building.
They
What
are
else?
building.
There's a
See,
good,
building connections.
yeah. And as a leader, what else? Like, imagine if you're going to hear someone who is a leader, what do you want to feel from this leader?
I want to feel excitement.
Okay, so excite, there's a verb. And you could probably come up with some other ones. How about inspire?
Oh, inspiring. Yeah, inspire.
You got lead. So we already now have 21 verbs.
Okay.
See, it didn't take you that long if you just dig at it, So these are all different things that are the benefits that you do through the video business directory for your clients.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
It is.
You didn't realize it. And if you dug even further, you could probably come up with more. So like for instance, inform, which we didn't even put there. I think that's a good one. The video business directory allows people to get informed about what they do.
Yes.
And how about educate? You had teach. I guess that's the same as educate.
Yeah.
But that's still another verb.
And I have that all under exposure, but you're absolutely right.
Well, there's different like shades, it's like different shades of blue. So expose is exposure, but it doesn't mean necessarily that you're going to be attracting people. Exposure that's another thing, would be shine, like shining a light. So that's you actually, and shine has another connotation. It lets a person stand out.
Yeah,
That
it
would
does.
be another verb. You could say shine or
Stand out.
stand out. Or basically differentiate yourself from the competition, which is huge. I'm going to put down stand out / difference. So do you see how this can help now in your story? Because you have now some tools. The verbs are tools that you can draw upon.
Yeah. Cool.
Is it neat?
Cool.
So now let's go on to this step 2. And we won't get
Okay.
all this done in one day, but that's fine. This is to warming you up, like warming the muscles up. You just woke up and you want to warm up the brain. Like, let's think of some great positive verbs that demonstrate your benefits. So now to next page, how to tell your story. You want to take a look at what it says?
Yeah, let me open. Let's see, I've got it open. Let me go to that.
So it's number 2.
Okay. It's creating your, okay, what is number 2? Okay, there's the lines, how to tell your story.
Sure.
Okay, once you've got the big picture, we'll talk about how to tell a great business story. Okay, good stories need a beginning, middle, and ending. They solve a problem, offer benefits, and demonstrate value to an audience.
There's another verb for you, demonstrate. See? You could add to your list.
Okay, here are the keys to connecting with your audience through your story.
Now you notice the connect. So
yeah.
So every great story has to solve some problem. So there's an interest.
Okay.
So I want you to think about first, what's the problem that your business directory solves?
The first thing that I'm thinking of is that the businesses are not the best kept secret.
Okay, so how can we put that in a positive way? You're giving them the exposure, expose, that was one of the, so that they need, so they can be discovered. That's another verb there, discover.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, discover.
So, because people have said not best kept secret, but I'm so aware of words now that I would prefer using a positive twist on it. Yes, I mean, I've used that too, not see, but when people hear the word not, then that sort of sticks in their brain, not, rather than saying, we give you the exposure you need to attract more business. So to
Okay.
attract, we've got that verb to attract more prospects, revenue, um, and connections. So I'm writing this down. I'd like you to write down
I am.
we're recording this because that will also allow your brain to open up, your mind to open up. When we get stressed, they do studies on this, that the part of the brain that is open to new ideas closes. So we have to just open up by just allowing, don't worry about, there's no mistakes here. Just
Right.
allow yourself to flow. All right, so we've got the problem you solve is you're giving people exposure to attract more prospects, revenue, connections. You could add on to that if you want and to build their influence, right?
Yes.
So, and
You know, it makes me feel, um, and it's a negative word. It doesn't make me feel, but when I'm frustrated, I like finding the solution and then being able to do it for others. I want to help alleviate the hassle.
alleviate, there's another, okay, alleviate.
I really like alleviating because when people are, and
Right? So
sometimes I
that's
am too technically challenged, but
okay. So maybe that would be a way of putting it positive. You're alleviating the stress of, is it of, what would that,
alleviate the frustration of tech.
alleviate the frustration of tech for what?
Um,
Isn't it alleviate the frustration ultimately of not being found? I mean, that's the negative part of it.
yeah.
Alleviate the frustration of
Or we can change that around and make it
I like
elevating.
saying instead of see because frustrate. So if you use the word frustration, that's the word that you're focusing on. So I'm saying, whatever there's a spiritual law, whatever you focus on, you attract more of that.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Why don't we flip it instead of
So say elevating, elevate.
elevating? There's a great word. There's a great verb. You could add that to your verb list now. Elevate. I love that one.
Okay.
Elevate.
I'm running out of room.
Yes, that's good. You do a backside. So you're elevating their exposure. What would you say you're elevating? Elevating their
Elevating
impact, their influence,
yeah.
their
Okay, impact.
impact, their influence, and their revenue opportunities anyway. See, think about
Okay,
it this way. If you want to judge, if you have a word that you like, think about, you have to tune into your heart. How do you feel when you hear the word elevate versus alleviate, frustration? Elevate, impact. So what feels better to you?
oh, elevating.
There. Okay, so that's the answer. Elevate their impact, influence, and revenue through let's continue it through a
It is. I was told. I thought,
comprehensive
you know,
resource.
Lynn. I think that the whole process, how I have it set up, is relatively easy. Yeah, there's a project flow, but I've been told that we have a complex business. And when I first heard about that, when he told me,
Who's
I was just astounded. I
who?
know.
What that your company is a complex business?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
what can't you
because
turn it around? I don't understand.
there's a lot of components to it, but we handle the components and you don't have to.
Right. So you make the complex easy. You simplify, or that would be another verb you could add to your list.
Simplify and make the complex easy. I mean, sometimes it's a really it's a hassle on this end, but you'll never know.
Right, right. You basically you facilitate, the tech process. You facilitate the process of reaching a mass audience,
Oh, I like that, of reaching
a
a
mass
mass
audience.
audience.
So and these words that we come up with, you can then use for your printed
Okay.
copy. So I have here elevating, and we can, massage this too. So go elevating their impact, influence, and revenue through a comprehensive resource.
Oh, that's good.
Facilitating the tech process of reaching a mass audience easily. That's another benefit, or but see, tech isn't the benefit. The benefit is the exposure. You know what I'm saying? So tech is
Yes.
not the benefit. So basically the benefit would be making your making, or raising awareness, or making your exposure easy. Something.
Okay. And some of the things when people, the people that I'm looking for are those who don't have the
Well, that's the next question. Let's do that. Who do you solve it for?
okay, people who are, well, I'm going to use that frustrated word, who don't have the knowledge of tech, and so they're kind of stuck. They,
Who
what's
are
their
these
next?
people? Entrepreneurs?
Entrepreneurs, business owners, right?
Okay.
Solopreneurs. Um,
Solopreneurs.
um, 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 see they don't have the time to delve into it because they want to run their business. There's four of them. Just a second. Okay, they don't have the time. They don't know how. They don't know how to do the next steps. But see, people find out eventually.
It's right. You're saving them time, and time is money, right? You're saving them
Yeah,
time and frustration, like you said. So stuck, I will use solid for solopreneurs who are stuck and don't have the time or know-how, right?
right,
Know-how to reach a broad, a
right,
mass audience.
right.
So
I
you,
also like to reach out to those who have tried and are frustrated with it. I keep going back to that frustrated word.
well, maybe this is to ease frustration. So if you put the word ease in front of it, that could modify the negative.
Oh,
Because the
okay,
word frustrate is also a verb. But if you ease frustration, then that means you're making it all work out.
okay, okay.
That would be fine.
So
So
saving time, ease frustration. There was another one in there. Um,
those are the benefits, the problems you solve. Save time, ease frustration. Well, we had elevate their impact, influence, and revenue through comprehensive resource. And then these other points could be sub bullets. You save time, you ease frustration for in reaching mass audience, and you
easily.
easily, right?
Okay.
I mean, so you're really doing a lot of the work for them, right?
Yes.
The heavy
Yeah.
lifting. So you're
Yeah, because
actually,
we
I would say the word that comes to my mind is partner or collaborate.
collaborate. Yes.
You're serving as a partner or collaborator, collaborating in your marketing, right? Marketing outreach,
Yes.
marketing
Yes.
promotion. Well,
Yes.
another big word we didn't put on the list, you want to add, is promote. We have market, right?
Yeah. Shall we
Just
do want promote?
Yeah, just add on to your list. See, you first thought, oh, I can only do two. Now it's just popping up like popcorn because you're on the roll. That's all.
That's so true.
Promote was an obvious one. So you're solving, the easing frustration, and you're promoting, you're collaborating to promote their business.
Yes. And I did have it with the directory, when I had it set up at first, I had it so that they could sign in and do their own, create their own listing. And that went nowhere. And that's where I decided I'm going to have a done for you service. That's where
Oh,
that
wow.
came in from.
That's great. Done
Yeah.
for you. That's an important thing. Problem you solve. That I would put that as a done for you promotional, promotional service. I think that it's more than it's just a done for you state of the art, wouldn't you say?
It is.
I think that's another important word.
Cutting edge, and see,
Yeah.
on the other end, that's where I'm doing a lot of learning, is learning the cutting edge technologies,
So
because
that's
I want
good
the clients
too.
to have the best.
Yes, okay, so let's add that too. These are, we can put it into order, but right now you're brainstorming. So brainstorming is allowing
Okay.
everything to come up. State-of-the-art, cutting edge. So that makes it very appealing, and actually, that's a good word too, that your directory allows people to be appealing because they look professional.
Yes. Yes.
Professional appeal. Because sometimes I have a woman friend, I should connect her with you. She's a nonprofit leader and she doesn't have a big budget. So her website looks very ho-hum, very so-so. And I told her, well, I can do an interview with you, but you need to have somewhere where people can opt in or find you, so if they just go to your website right now, there's nowhere where people can opt in. So this allows them to look professional. You've done it for them. Those are huge benefits.
Yes. Something else that another client told me, when she saw her listing, and after she saw it, she did not realize that there was, because we can go long on the listing page. Okay. She said, when I heard about a directory listing, I just thought of the name and address and phone number. She thought it was a very short listing. She says, look at it. You've got reviews on here. You've got, the links to my Facebook. You've got a video. You've got the article. You've got my logo. You've got my contact information. You've got everything right there. I said, well, yeah, it becomes a hub for what you have.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Build
Hub
on it.
for
But I didn't realize that a directory listing would, to other people, means a short, so what? So I'm in a
right.
direct.
Right. It doesn't mean anything. So I'm seeing hub for you, expansive, comprehensive. I like the hub too. It's
Oh,
all encompassing in a sense.
it is. Oh, here's some more verbiage. Ready for this?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yay! Gotta have energy, right?
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm building a traffic engine with massive content output, or I'm in the process of building a video traffic authority engine.
Okay, so this is the thing. Is your audience tech savvy?
Generally not.
So are they going to understand what a massive tech engine is? I don't understand it as well. I mean,
Okay.
unless it was said state of the art, I understand, or
Cutting edge.
cutting edge engine. I mean, you could. I mean, tech engine. It does. It's nouns. Those are not verbs. I mean, engine, unless we energize.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
it's
okay.
a thing. The thing about verbs is it touches the heart. So we elevate, we expand, it builds your influence. How does that make you feel? Okay, tech engine is what you do.
Empowering.
It's a thing. If you could put that into a verb format, we
Okay.
maybe we maximize your technical exposure or something, or we do your tech, you simplify your tech requirements. So we put the verb first so that people understand the benefit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If someone just says this has 100 horsepower, well, what does that mean? I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
knowledgeable unless I was in the field, you know,
Yeah. So Lynn, okay. So what you just did is bring me from
the tech
the
world.
the tech marketing world, and that's exactly that's why I want to help the clients. They
So
don't have
you're the bridge. Okay,
I'm
you're the bridge
yes.
from their
Yes.
from their services to the tech world. I mean, so therefore you see it as a bridge. So here's another thing you do is you solve problems. You're solving the gap between, you know, who they, you know, their expertise to reaching out into the technical world. You're solving because everybody needs help somewhere. And there are plenty of people, myself included, who need help in technical things. So when you first said tech engine, I mean, I didn't understand it, but if you said you're solving the tech, you know, or solving the technical,
The gap between
yeah, or providing the solution for to build your expertise in the tech world, you know, or something like that. You know, a bridge is a good term, you know, or um, you're solving the needs of business owners to reach out in a massive way um, through a resource, you know, a technical resource that does it all for them. So I like the word engine. I mean, I like that a lot. I'm just saying that I'd like to have something in front of it that would be a verb, like we empower you, we provide you with a technical engine. How about
oh,
that? Provide you, or you know, we maximize your business potential with a technical engine that does it all for you. So now I see the benefit because there's a verb there.
okay. Okay.
There are a lot of different verbs you can choose from. It's sort of like a basket of fruit. You know, now you have all this delicious fruit. Which verb will I take out and try and see how this sounds? And in fact, people in branding, which we can talk about later, is they're using words that feel good. And so you try out different brands, different branding names by using different verbs that sound good. And you may change it. But the power behind it is that it touches your heart. You're connecting. So your words are connecting just as your video business directory is connecting.
Yes.
So however you want to say it, you know, let's go back to what here are the benefits. So we were on the second page. So who do you solve it for? Why do you care? This is very important. You were touching on it earlier. I want you to write down. So we've got the who you solve, the problems you solve, lots of them, and why do you care? So this can go back, and this isn't even, we haven't gotten to the part 3, but you can reflect on your own self and experiences you've had that will propel you into why you care so much about what you're doing right now.
Because
So
I'll tell you right now,
sure.
I hate I'm no, I'm not gonna say hate.
That's all right. We'll just try. You can say it now. We're just talking. Why do you care?
Well, why do you care? Because as I have wanted to move forward and I say, okay, I'm going to learn that this technology sounds interesting. I'll try it. And I get so far and then I get stuck. It's always about the 5%. I get 90% done and then I'm not able to move forward and it's frustrating and I can't get help. I
Okay.
can't get the help. And that's been the experience. And so I said, so for me, fine, I will do it. I'll figure out a way around it and I'll do it myself. But I really when I'm meeting with business owners and I feel it. I feel the frustration, that they're moving, they're doing what they're doing, but they want to move forward and they just like those reasons, they don't have the time, they don't know the next steps. And I say, I do. I raise my hand. I know how to help.
Wow. Well, so, any person who has a business, it's been said that it's for two reasons. One is, I mean, they're both valid. So one is the negative aspect of it. So for me, I hate the fact, I'm saying openly, I hate the fact that we're bombarded with negative media constantly. And I recognize that we're affected by the energy of negative media. So therefore it propels me forward that I want to get out positive stories. I realize there is negative media and it's valid, it's okay, but it's sort of, to me, I compare it to having too much salt in a soup. Like we need to dilute the soup. There's got to be something good happening in this world. We don't have to just have 98, 99% of negative news, 1% positive. So negative can bring you to the positive, like they say, making lemonade out of lemons, because you want to solve the problem. So you can say
Yes.
you care because you've been stuck and you recognize how frustrating it is to be going through a process where you're almost there and then you can't figure out the ending. So you've taken it upon yourself to solve that problem so people don't have to get stuck. They can be unstuck because you're doing it for them. You're doing the video
Yes.
building.
Yes. And what you just said, my way of saying that is, and people haven't really understood it, when I say that I am my own customer, because I am seeking for solutions and I find them, but I want to help them too. But that was my way of saying it, that
Right,
I'm my own customer. What I find, I want to give to my clients.
exactly. No, I understand it. Right. Well, that's why people understand that personal and business really intertwine,
Mhm.
because you have to have a personal reason behind why you're doing what you're doing.
Yes.
Not like it's just pulling out of the air. It has to relate to your story, and therefore now you want to solve the problem for other people. That makes total sense. So
Oh,
you're,
that's good.
yeah.
So what you're saying, Lynn, is that I'm cooking now, right?
Yeah, you're cooking, you're making. So why do you care? Because you have experienced being stuck and you want to help others get unstuck.
Yes.
So that makes total sense.
Even if they don't realize that they are stuck.
Okay. And maybe they realize that they're lost. Maybe they have other emotions, or overwhelmed.
Oh, yes.
That's a
Thank
big
you.
one.
That was the other one.
Yes.
They're overwhelmed. Yep.
Well, that's a big one.
That is a big one. Oh, and another
So
one is
solve, that's another verb, solve. You're
solve.
solving. Yes.
Okay. Another one is, and we all know that there are people out there who don't have their um the best interest. They
Yes.
and going through that minefield, because I've been hurt and that's not fun.
I think I mentioned this name earlier. I have to write, I didn't have time list. I really want you to meet up with Greg Sanders, who is the creator of the Max community.
Yes.
And I just paid to be one of their founding women members, but they put everything together on a mobile app. And I could see how your product would be great fit for people looking for video business directory,
Mm-hmm.
so they can get even more exposure and be in connected with this community. So I'm just thinking out loud, that would be another
Yeah.
great connection. Okay, so we've got solving overwhelm, solving, getting unstuck, making it easier, because you care because you've gone through it yourself. That was why do you care? Why you qualified to solve that problem? That's the last question here. Why
Yes.
are you qualified? So tell me more about what you do. How did you get to where you are right now? Did you hire tech people or did you study it yourself when you you said to 90% and then you got stuck.
I um
So why are you qualified? What has helped you get to be qualified?
okay, it's a combination. I learned
Hmm.
as we know, when you're in the mode, when you're in the right mode, you find the people come into your life
Right?
who help. So I've had that, but I've also just learned. I just
Okay, so you learned, do you have a team working with you now on the
I
tech
do. Yeah,
stuff?
yes, I
That's
do.
important.
It's not me, myself, and I anymore. But
Okay.
it was that's where I would um
So that's part of the qualifications though too. So now
and
you have
yes. And
someone,
a lot, yes. And a lot of that 90% was that when I was not able to get the help, when I dig down deep and fine, I'll do it myself. When things have taken too long or something, then I pull back and I do it myself. Um,
but a lot of people don't. I'm like one of the, I just hate, I don't want to focus on negative. Yeah, but I don't like having to do it myself. So that you're a rare breed to do that. And so you have taken it upon yourself to learn and then
mhm,
realize that you need to get additional help because you're only one person. So
right.
you have a team, a tech team. Would it be fair to say, or
Yeah, that would be fair to, because I've got the content writers. Well, yeah, and I've got the graphics, and I've got the video department. So
that's great. That's
yeah,
great.
or rebuilding it because things happened. But and another thing is that I have also learned that I don't just give someone a technology without me knowing how to do it myself. And that's just been from hard experience.
Right.
I don't solely let someone run with something and not involve me because they're not, they're not, it's
So
just people.
you're hands-on, or you can supervise and know what's going on. That's what you're saying, that you have
Yeah,
the knowledge base to supervise with wisdom, really.
yeah. The wisdom has come with experience.
I
Yeah,
see. Okay, that's great. And I especially like the done for you aspect. But so you see how these are qualifications that you could then bring out in telling your story, that you have gone through it yourself, you've experienced the frustration, and you became qualified by taking it upon yourself to learn the technical elements and build a team that can help you from writing and graphics to video. And I imagine also the tech involved in the coding or whatever,
yeah. Well, that's how it got started, Lynn.
the coding.
Can I tell you real quick?
Sure, I'd like to hear. Yes.
Okay. When, because I don't think I've
I
told you.
have I have a resource too. If you want another person who's really technically smart,
Yeah.
we are renting a home right now, and the woman, I mean, it's kind of an unusual situation, but the woman who's the wife, the landlord, has an engineering background, is very smart with computer stuff, and had been working with her school PTA and helping with coding and everything. And I had a problem with my website with coding, and the web person I was working with didn't know how to fix it. I certainly didn't know how to fix it. Asking all around, and the landlady says, "Oh, I think I could fix it." I said, "You're kidding me." She said, "No, I have an engineering degree." I said, "Really?" So although my husband said, "Well, be careful, she's our landlady." So she went and she fixed a
Oh,
lot. She did. And I paid her. She wasn't even asking me for money. I said, "No, I can't just take all this and not pay you." Well, the only tricky thing is, so she did offer to help me with like revamping my whole website, but
yeah.
I'm a little, so I was hesitant, and I finally thought maybe I shouldn't. She's very, very smart, but I didn't want anything to happen because we have a different relationship where she's our landlord.
Right.
So that was the only hesitancy to think, well, maybe I shouldn't have her redo my website, because if there was any problem, we still have a relationship as a tenant. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what are you gonna
Anyway,
what?
she's very smart. I mean, I'm thinking that she said she has two sons who are, in like elementary school, but she would like to do more with tech stuff. And she might be a great resource for you. She's Indian. Her name is Preeti Varshni. She's
Oh
really
wow.
smart, because I thought, if she would like to do things that are tech, I'd be happy. I mean, she did great work for me. So the only reason I hesitated was because I don't want to jeopardize,
Right.
a website is a bigger project, and she did a lot of fixes on my website. If you wanted to have someone, you didn't ask, but I just thought if you,
That that would be interesting. That would be yeah.
she's really smart, I'm happy to connect
I,
you with her, and you
I
can,
would be yeah.
I really like her too. She's a wonderful person. And so anyway, that just came up in my mind, you could have it, because you're not renting from her, so it's not like the same thing. I told her I just don't want to have cause any problem of any sort.
Right.
Anyway, you were going to tell me something. So, oh gosh, yeah, we still have like a few minutes. Go ahead.
Oh well, yeah. I can wait.
No, go ahead. Tell me what you were going to say.
I would just how this got started. And I'll do it real fast. And in 2 decades ago, 20 years ago, we didn't have video on the internet. Um, and so something came out called video email.
Oh yes.
Okay. And so I was trying to promote that in a small town in Nevada. And then I had and I was struggling with it, trying to get people to see it or to understand why it would be useful.
Yeah.
Um, but then I came across the opportunity to do the directory. So I learned that, and then I had to go out and do the cold calls. I had to go knock on doors, and I did, and I had about 30 clients. And then a couple months later, that it was just data in the directory. And a couple months later, I'm I'm thinking, I wonder if I can get that video email video to play on the directory site, because at the time it was not a copy and paste code. Okay. And it took me about a week, but when the day that video email video played on the directory site, because I had to work the code. I had to work the code out. But anyway, I jumped up. My desk was in the living room, and I jumped up and I told my kids, "Oh my gosh, kids, we're not going to go tell people how they can use video email or use video. We're going to go out and do it for them." So I went back to the 30 clients. I said, "We can do video on the internet now." And they said, "What? Show me." And I was able to show them. It played. It was only a little square of a video, but that totally turned everyone then we took off. Our business took off.
Wow. Well, see, so there's a story.
Oh, yeah,
Are you
that's the story.
realizing? So you want to have your stories also on video, but now you know words you can use as well. And you
Mhm.
don't have to just have one story, you have multiple stories.
Yes. Yeah. So
That's a
anyway,
great story. I love that.
thanks.
So you're doing video for the people.
Yes.
Do they go on Zoom, or how do you do that?
There's different types. When I started out, it was actually going in with our tripod and a video camera and having them, just talking, a 30-second.
Hmm.
And I'm going back to that. I want the real thing. But as video has progressed, we've got different types of videos that we can do. It doesn't have to be they don't have to be in the video anymore, because we just have different marketing videos.
Different ones. Yeah, so I have
Hmm.
to learn more about that.
Yeah,
But
I'd love to show you. I'd love
I
to
would
show you.
like to see that. So what I'd like to do is we can schedule a call, now for next week, if you'd like. Oh, we did.
Uh,
I think we did we or not? For
I think,
Monday.
yeah, Monday. Let's do Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Let me look. Do we have it on the calendar? I don't know.
We don't.
All right, so let's look at the calendar. Monday is the 12th. So maybe I didn't put something in here. What time would work for you on Monday?
Anytime.
Okay, do you want to do like a morning call? Like, is this too early, or do you want to do a little later? I could do it at 11 my time, which is 9 your time.
9 would work.
Okay, so let's do that. 11. I think, unless I'm going to double check to make sure I didn't leave someone else out.
Okay.
So, Linda, I hope this was helpful for you.
This was very helpful.
Oh, I'd love your positive feedback afterwards, when we're done. If you'd be willing to give me a testimonial, like a brief video testimonial, it will basically promote you as well as help me.
Gosh, I haven't done video testimony. Oh gosh.
See? Well,
Okay.
that'll be something to think about. You've got another. So I'm going to stop the recording. But